Have you ever wondered just how haunted a certain place really is? If so, I might just be able to show you, or rather teach you how to see for yourself. You may proceed at night or during the day, it really does not matter. What you'll need is a white candle, a black candle, a bowl of water, and a dark room. For those of you who choose to do this during the day, you still need to close the blinds and turn off all possible lights. You do need some obscure ambience to tap into your new vision. On a table, light up the 2 candles and place the bowl in the middle. The white candle should be to the left and the black one to the right of the bowl. Sit down and stare into the bowl of water. Let your eyes go out of focus so that your brain can ignore any reflection from the surface of the water. Keep staring into the darkness. Relax. If you stay patient, you will begin to see past the veil. You might see faces, you might see shapes forming and disintegrating, coming and going. And soon enough, you'll come to realize that one of those figures is not in the water. It is in the room, with you. By the time you snap out of your trance and turn around to look at the spirit, it will no longer be there. But you'll be able to feel its presence still. The hair on your arms will raise and you'll shiver. You might hear a barely audible whisper from time to time, so faint you can't even tell what it's saying. And more often than not, you will feel a cold hand resting on your shoulder. No matter what it is you feel, you must not show fear. In fact, they aren't going to harm you. They are present to act like a compass for you if you wish. If anything, you might call them your guardian angel for the time being. Why that is, you might ask? Well, it's rather simple. Depending on how haunted and/or dangerous a place is, the entity will alter its manifestations to warn you. So say you visit a friend's house or go to your grandma's place. Normally, the entity won't be very active, meaning you might get faint whispers like I've said before, or feel something brushing against you. These places are harmless, and you'll normally see a ghost or two, generally human-looking and just slightly see-through compared to a living person. They might stare at you, aware that you can see them. They might talk to you, they might smile, or they might ignore you. Pretty much like any living person would interact with you, right? Now some other places will have a higher energetic charge. More ghosts, more entities. In such places, the previously faint whispers of your guardian will become louder. You'll be able to hear and make out what they are saying. They will generally explain the circumstances in which the spirits present have perished. Their grip on you might become tighter, but not painful. The air around you will become noticeably colder. Apart from the usual human-looking figures, you might notice shadows or voids. Now, the shadows look exactly like their name describes them. Contours or silhouettes of people, young or old, tall or short. They are generally harmless unless provoked. It is advisable not to talk to them or stare for too long. Unlike most ghosts, shadows can be rather curious and attracted to those who can see them, and it can become a true burden to try to fend them off. The voids, on the other hand, are a little more complicated. You see, they are not technically entities, though your new vision will allow you to perceive them. you'll see them as spots of blurriness, as whatever is behind them looks distorted. These are dead spots where energy is drawn in, depleting anyone or anything they feed off of. As you can imagine, you are advised to keep your distance. Voids are common in abandoned places as well as in graveyards and cemeteries. Now, if you feel like going to hang around notoriously haunted places, don't be surprised if your senses overwhelm you. Imagine a vortex of voices chattering at the same time as a start. Your guardian will likely dig its hands into you in an attempt to make you leave. Shadows will surround you, poke you, grab you, and tug at you, anything to have you give them your attention and your fear. And mark my words when I tell you, entities from such places are not friendly and have no notion of what personal space is. The ghosts will stare at you and manifest themselves right into your face. They will crawl on the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling to get to you, to force you to listen to their stories, to reenact their demise over and over again. And if you are particularly unlucky, you will become the object of their revenge. They will physically harm you with no remorse, scratching and bruising you, throwing objects at you and piercing your ears with their wails and shrieks of suffering and despair. Get out of there as fast as possible and pray. Pray that no entity has attached itself to you to follow you out. If you wish to end the ritual and return to your normal vision, blissfully unaware of the things behind the veil, all you need to do is discard the water from the bowl that you set up, say a prayer, and send your guardian away. Say something along the lines of, "Thank you for your assistance, but I shall kindly ask you to leave now and have your eternal rest." Sometimes you may find that your guardian is reluctant to leave. They have grown attached to the mortal plane. If such a thing is to happen, light a candle for them and give them an offering of salt and bread. One more thing. If before ending the ritual, your guardian simply disappears, if you can't hear, feel, or sense them anymore, you, my dear, are in the presence of something demonic. Hello my little ghosts, I just wanted to end this video by thanking all of you who support the channel by liking and subscribing. Thank you for joining our little community. I really love seeing it grow day by day. As you may know, around 90% of the stories that I post are actually written by me, so it takes me a little extra work to be able to keep the channel going compared to other horror and creepypasta narrators. And if you guys enjoy the work that I put in, the easiest way to support me is to leave my ads in the background while you do something else waiting for the video to start. Once again, thank you for supporting this channel, and I wish you a spooky rest of the day or night whenever it is that you're listening to me.